Say hey, peace, love, and light. Welcome to Powerhouse to World. I'm InnerG. Okay, so we are back with it. I gotta pick a pile. Okay, pick your piles. Pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. Okay, so pick your piles. I'm gonna give you a second to go ahead and cool down. Okay, ease into it. All right, pick your piles. Yes, go ahead and get relaxed and meditative. Pick your piles. And we're going to slide right into the messages for all 3 piles. Bless, welcome, and collective. Namaste to you all. All right. Here we go. First one is card 1, pile 1. Honor the cycle. Okay. So those of us who picked card 1, it's going to be about honoring the cycle. Spirit, connect me to the messages for those of us that picked card 1, pile 1. For those of us that picked card 1, pile 1. Messages for those of us that picked card 1, pile 1. Okay, that's a lot. Okay. Those of us who picked pile 1, okay, this card is saying honor the cycles. Okay, many of us are going through these cycles, right? And we're not really honoring the process. Okay, Spirit wants us to keep in mind that you go through things in order for you to learn something, in order for you to take something with you, not just go through and be like, oh, okay, so I'm done with that. Next. No, it's kind of like so you could go through it so you could honor the cycles, okay, and what you're experiencing, okay, because the experience brings you the lessons. It brings you the extra needed clarity in those moments where, oh wow, that epiphany happened and you learn something about yourself or you learn something deeper about someone else, right? So these things are happening deeply to honor the or are happening more so on a deeper level for us to honor the cycles and kind of be present with life instead of so fed up with it. You know what I'm saying? So with this 5 of Pentacles, this is representing to me like for those of us who picked pile 1, Spirit wants us to connect with Earth more and be more grateful for what it is that we have here in this earthly plane. Okay, because some of us sometimes we don't see our blessings with the moon, and I feel like that's the first where we first fuck up at. Okay, so yeah, you got this thing about being ungrateful, but then it's the things you don't see that you don't count. It's sometimes it's honestly just the little things. You know what I'm saying? And they start to add up to a lot of things that you missed. And these were cycles that we weren't honoring, So keep that in mind for us, those of us who picked pile 1, the conflict, even with people, relationships that we might have, brother, sister, mother, father, whoever, right? On that spectrum for that matter, right? Lover, all of it. It's here to teach us on a deeper level about ourselves. So when we're not in honor of that, Spirit is going to definitely bring that to our attention. Now with the Queen of Wands, some of us definitely need to raise up our confidence. Those of us that picked pile 1, we could suffer with confidence issues or lack thereof it. Okay, now just know you're the Queen of Wands, meaning that you can will together whatever it is that you want. You actually have the power to do so. Okay, but Spirit wants you to truly just honor the cycles of who you are as well. Okay, now clarifying the 5 of Pentacles for those of us who picked pile 1. It's in the Page of Cups, okay? So there could have been some of you guys might feel like there was some sort of missed opportunities or things like that that could have been on the road for you guys. I feel like anything that was yours, it can't be taken away. You can't miss out on anything that was yours. So you have to keep that in mind. Just truly. Clarifying the Moon. We have out the 6 of Pentacles. Sometimes you have to balance with what you can't see because you're asking for it and it's in the future to come with what you do have. So balance that out. Honor the cycles. There's a lot of gratitude sometimes we need to pay. For those of us that pick uh card one, pile one, clarifying five of wands, king of swords. I feel like through all of this, like you really getting a firm understanding of who the fuck you are. Some of us are really being really honest with ourselves these days. This king of swords energy. And I feel like that's the main part, you know, just being honest with yourself and other people. I feel like it translates on so many different levels, like where other people are able to like look at themselves from a truthful perspective, a truthful lens as well. When you're being honest with yourself and honoring the cycles within you, right? Clarifying the Queen of Wands, Two of Swords. Okay, this is us making positive choices towards the growth, the development that we need to honor the cycles that are within us and that we are experiencing in life. Okay, so bless, 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 bless. All right, that's what I got for card one. Let's do card two. Card two messages. Celebrate growth and breakthroughs. Okay, collective? So let's get the messages for this. Don't forget to honor the growth and the breakthroughs. For those of us that picked pile two, I feel like it'll be a strong message about this, okay? Celebrating the growth and the breakthroughs through the cycles. There's a lot of celebration that needs to happen. Those of us that picked pile two, card two. Some of us also like a little bit of that, gratitude that goes a long way. A little gratitude that really goes a long way. That's what I keep hearing. Okay. I see celebrations here. Some of you guys, the celebration is coming in. I feel like some of us just need to go ahead and just free ourselves from some of the emotions that hold us back. There's a lack of celebration of the self. Some of us could be really in dreamland, just making unrealistic expectations here for ourselves. So instead of being in reality and accepting what I got, I'm too far ahead and wanting more. You see what I'm saying? Instead of saying, okay, I asked for 800, I got 600, but I'm not happy with the what I asked for because I didn't get the other 200. You see what I'm saying? So it's that type of shit. So we have to be mindful of that too. Celebrate the breakthroughs and the growth, because before you might have had manifested and you might not have come up with none of that. You know what I'm saying? So right now you're in a different fucking space where you should just definitely honor the magician within, And some of you guys, it's really this King of Swords energy is coming in because, it's the inability to really see where you are in the mirror. And I feel like look at yourself from a true perspective. I feel like it frees you emotionally from that burden of feeling like you're not doing what you need to do when actually you are. And you're in the perfect space, the perfect energy, temperance and patience. Okay. The temperance reminds us to be patient, Three of Swords, right? It's like some sort of sadness around a situation that doesn't even need to be there. You're healing. Okay, you need to be in celebration of your growth and your progress. Those of us that picked card two, pile two, there's a lot of sadness around the collective. I don't know why. It's just an inability to see where you are. You know what I'm saying? And really put that into perspective. Some of you guys is really in just in simple journaling. Journal, write things out so you can see things in front of you, and then that way you could kind of have something to compare and contrast to, right? But celebrate your growth and your breakthroughs, please, right? Be more grateful for what you have, because it could all be taken away. Then what, right? So be grateful for what you have. Free your spirit, your mind from the lack. It's not even lack, but from the perspective of whatever that felt like it was holding you back and it wasn't freeing you, it wasn't empowering you. Some of you guys, it could have been religion. Some of you guys, it just could have been like perspective from that you derive from whatever sources, you know what I'm saying? But for the most part, I hear it's religion for a lot of you, you know, on some real shit, which I mean, we all, I felt for culprit of that, um due to the different cultures and geography where we live, right? So I feel like you're breaking through though, and it's a time for you to really celebrate and honor where you are, your progress. You've come really far in a really long distance. Some of you guys, it's just in honoring that and really um, remembering that, keeping that with you as you continue on the journey. Okay, for those of us that picked pile 2, that's the message. We're gonna slide into pile 3. Card 3, right? Messages. Third card. Be ecstatic. Ooh, see? Yeah, we all just need to pick me up right now. I ain't even gonna lie, this whole pick a card's been about that. Needing more inspiration, you know, to keep going. And I mean, there's no one coming in to save us, collective. It's gotta be us, right? So we have to remember our skills and be able to go back to them when we need them. That's what learning the lessons are all about. Being able to go back to that skill set and say, you know what, I got all those tools in my tool belt. So whatever I need, I got it. Be ecstatic, be happy, be joyful. There's, like I said, there's no one coming in to bring in the joy. You are the joy. You are the relief. You are the wherever you were looking for, okay? Whatever you were seeking, it's you. For those of us that picked card 3, pile 3, what are the messages, Spirit? King of Swords. Okay, so some of us really are learning how to do this shit. Some of us really are getting the knack of this down really good. I love this. This speaks of being really strategic and also just learning your lessons. Some of us is in routine. We could use more strategy and routine. It's like the way that you go about being happy. Maybe that's just not the right way to do it. Okay. Yeah. Those of us who picked pile 3, it's like us and magician energy is the big vibe right now. This is like us willing the energy that we need to be our highest vibrating self, because I feel like we've been healing so long while we were in that retrograde. You know, now it's about an outpouring, and some of us can't see the outpouring because the outpouring is actually coming from within. You know, we're expecting this external force to bring in something, and again, it's just reminding me how we are the happiness, we are the joy, we are the love, we are that, you know, and we must remember that in order to be truly ecstatic, truly happy. Okay, happiness is a feeling and it comes from within, right? And we have to build that home through the magician experience in life. Like, hey, sometimes life gives me lemons, sometimes life gives me sugar. Shit, sometimes I can make lemonade that's not bitter, right? So it's about taking that and saying, you know, well, maybe I don't got no sugar, but I'll get some, right? So it's about making out with what we got and being really grateful for it. It's about being in gratitude of the spiritual awakening that we're experiencing, those of us that picked pile 3, because the deep spiritual awakening is nothing to play with. It's nothing for the faint of heart. And oftentimes people get this effed up when they go on this spiritual journey, that they won't experience sadness ever again, or any of the negative polarities of experience. And that's what you need to experience so that you can know what a good time is and what it feels like to be truly happy and grateful. That's why you go through life in polarity. And so kind of like a roller coaster, it's meant to be like that so that you can experience it fully and be learn how to be grateful. Because when you die, it's like, well, hey, where's my gift? They're here, they're going to be there to tell you, like, it was in living. Did you miss that? So I want us all to keep that in mind. For those of us, especially though, that picked pile 3, I usually end up picking all piles, because when people do pick a pile, it's like, I'm going to pick my pile and then I'm going to listen to all the other ones. But anyways, for those of us who pick pile 3, that's our messages, right? To just learn to incorporate joy in everything we do is so important. It seems like such a mundane task, right? I got to do this every day. It's something so, it seems so mundane, like, right? Or it seems sometimes so self explanatory, but it's actually in the doing, it's in the work, because it's so hard to do when you're constantly facing different extremities and pressures of the world, right? To keep that into focus, keep that into balance. So remind yourself of that, collective. Those of us that picked pile 3, okay. But you're in a really wonderful space as far as like being more strategic, adding what it is you need. Okay, I feel like some of you guys needed more help with being a leader within, looking for that, not any longer external to self, but actually internal. Becoming the emperor, the leader that you always wanted to see. Okay, expressing through joy and passion and love. And some of you guys will travel the world truly to spread the message of how you came into your understanding. So keep pressing on, you know what I'm saying? Be ecstatic about this journey, this process. Life is beautiful, life is easy. All right. If we make it that way, okay. If we can see it that way. All right. Love you guys. Peace.